Misology is a curious and unsettling phenomenon, the hatred or distrust of reason itself. At first glance, it seems paradoxical. How can one argue against argument or reason against reason? Yet, this very contradiction reveals something deeply human. Misology does not arise from ignorance alone, but often from disappointment, frustration, or even betrayal by reasoning that once promised clarity but delivered confusion instead. It is not merely the absence of rational thought, it is an active resistance to it. The term misology was notably explored by Socrates in Phaedo, where he warned against the dangers of losing faith in reason. Socrates compared misology to misanthropy, the hatred of people. Just as someone might come to distrust all human beings after being repeatedly hurt by a few, a person might come to distrust all arguments after encountering flawed or deceptive reasoning. This analogy highlights an important point. Misology is often born not out of stupidity but out of wounded intellectual trust. At its core, misology reflects a breakdown in the relationship between the individual and rational inquiry. Reason is one of humanity's most powerful tools for understanding the world, resolving conflicts, and making decisions. When that tool appears unreliable, when arguments contradict one another, when experts disagree, or when reasoning is used to manipulate rather than enlighten, it can lead to a deep sense of skepticism. Over time, this skepticism can harden into rejection, where reasoning itself is viewed with suspicion or even hostility. One of the key causes of misology is exposure to poor or inconsistent arguments. When people encounter reasoning that seems convincing at first but later proves false, they may begin to doubt the value of rational discourse altogether. This is especially true in environments where misinformation is widespread or where persuasive rhetoric is used to obscure the truth. In such cases, individuals may conclude that reasoning is not a reliable path to knowledge, leading them to rely instead on intuition, emotion, or authority. Another contributing factor is the misuse of reason. Logic can be employed not only to discover truth but also to justify falsehoods. Sophistry, the art of using clever but misleading arguments, can erode trust in rational processes. When people see reasoning used as a tool for deception, they may come to associate all forms of argumentation with manipulation. This can foster a cynical attitude, where debates are viewed not as genuine searches for truth but as contests of persuasion. Misology also has a psychological dimension. When reasoning leads to uncomfortable or unwelcome conclusions, it can create cognitive dissonance. Rather than revising beliefs, some individuals may reject the reasoning itself. In this way, misology can serve as a defense mechanism, protecting existing beliefs from challenge. In modern society, misology can be observed in various forms. Distrust of experts, rejection of scientific consensus, and the spread of anti-intellectual attitudes all reflect elements of this phenomenon. In an age of information overload, where conflicting claims are constantly presented, it can be difficult to determine what is true. This uncertainty can lead some people to disengage from rational evaluation altogether, preferring simpler, more emotionally satisfying narratives. The consequences of misology can be significant. When individuals or societies lose faith in reason, decision-making becomes less grounded in evidence and more susceptible to manipulation. Policies may be driven by ideology rather than facts, and public discourse can become polarized and unproductive. Without a shared commitment to rational standards, it becomes difficult to resolve disagreements or build consensus. However, it is important to distinguish between healthy skepticism and misology. Questioning arguments, examining evidence, and challenging assumptions are essential aspects of critical thinking. Misology, by contrast, involves a wholesale rejection of reasoning as a valid tool. The challenge lies in maintaining trust in reason while remaining aware of its limitations and potential for misuse. Philosophers have long emphasized the need for intellectual humility in addressing this issue. Recognizing that no argument is infallible and that human reasoning is subject to error can help prevent disillusionment. Instead of expecting perfect certainty, we can approach reasoning as a process of gradual refinement, where ideas are tested, revised, and improved over time. This perspective allows for a more resilient relationship with rational inquiry. Education also plays a crucial role in countering misology. Teaching not only logical principles but also how to evaluate arguments, identify fallacies, and navigate complex information environments can strengthen confidence in reason. When individuals are equipped with the tools to think critically, they are less likely to be misled and less likely to abandon reasoning altogether. Ultimately, misology serves as a reminder of the fragile nature of our trust in reason. It highlights the importance of using logic responsibly and maintaining a commitment to truth-seeking. In the end, the antidote to misology is not blind faith in reason but a balanced and thoughtful engagement with it. By acknowledging both its power and its limits, we can preserve its role as a guiding force in our lives. Rather than rejecting purely rational reasoning and emotions, biases, and ensuring that it remains a reliable thing in the most valuable world in ourselves.